U.S. President Joe Biden met with leaders of NATO's eastern flank earlier today to show support for their security after Moscow suspended a landmark nuclear arms control treaty, which he called a big mistake. Other world leaders say Biden's visit to Ukraine and Poland over the last few days is a huge deal, a trip that shows Putin that even the leader of the free world can travel to an active war zone and speak out against the atrocities of Russia's war.
Dear Mr. Biden, please send F-16 to Ukraine!
A small group of demonstrators gathered in central Warsaw, Poland today to call on visiting U.S. President Joe Biden to deliver fighter aircrafts to Ukraine.
F-16 to Ukraine!
Around a dozen demonstrators massed opposite the hotel where the president was staying, bringing with them a large banner reading, "Mr. Biden, send F-16 to Ukraine."
We need F-16 fighter jet and enough weapons supply to Ukraine to win this evil, to stop this awful war.
President Biden has been under mounting pressure to provide Western fighter aircraft, a move which some say would help give Ukraine a battlefield advantage over Russian forces. Biden's motorcade went straight to Warsaw's presidential palace, where he met with the Polish president, as well as leaders from the Bucharest 9 or B9 countries.
We are all delighted to have with us today a special guest who has accepted the invitation to the summit, the President of the United States of America, Mr. Joseph Biden.
The leaders discussed the war and ways in which they could protect their own borders while helping their neighbor.
1 year since the launch of Russia's invasion, President Putin is not preparing for peace. On the contrary, he is preparing for more war. So we must sustain and step up our support for Ukraine. We must give Ukraine what they need to prevail.
To make sure that this brutal war against Ukraine is Russia's final act, we also must be resolute in deterring further aggression and rolling back the current one.
The B9 countries, that include Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Poland, Romania, and others, all joined the Western military alliance after being dominated by Moscow during the Cold War, and most are now among the strongest supporters of military aid to Ukraine. Biden reaffirmed the U.S.'s commitment to NATO's eastern flank and to the alliance's Article 5, which stipulates collective defense of any NATO member under attack.
Article 5 is a sacred commitment the United States has made. We will defend literally every inch of NATO. Every inch of NATO.
Meanwhile, Biden had this to say about Putin's announcement that he's suspending the last major arms control treaty with the U.S.
Mr. President, any reaction to Putin saying he's pulling out of New START?
I don't have time.
No time?
No. Big mistake.
While the leaders met to talk, former President Donald Trump told a crowd in Florida last night that he has all the answers to the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
From the night I won, and I called two people. You know who the two people are? Putin, right? You know who Putin is? And Zelensky. And I'd say, we're gonna meet. We're gonna meet. And I guarantee I could work that out. I guarantee. I know exactly what I'd say, by the way. I know exactly. I tell one guy this, and I tell one guy that, and I say, you better make a deal. We would have a deal made in 24 hours.
Biden leaving Poland today, concluding a historic trip.